Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and today I'm bringing you a message all around, I can't help myself, around the topic of relationships. And it is ultimately, if I can remember the title, to ask yourself honestly, if a relationship doesn't enhance your life in some way, then ask yourself, like, why are you actually there? Like, why have you got that relationship going on in your life? And it's kind of like it's going to be joined with another message, which is really just about the fact that and you guys have probably heard me say this a billion times before, but I think it's really important for us to kind of think about and remind ourselves about. But ultimately, if something isn't working for you, I guarantee you that it's not working for another person. Even if they really want that connection and you're seeing that it's not enhancing your life and you're seeing how it's not enhancing their life, even if they really want that connection, you can know within yourself that if it doesn't work for you, it's not actually working for them. And what you're actually experiencing from them trying to hold on to that relationship and that connection is actually their codependence and their attachment to something. And it's usually because they're attached to that connection because they are using it to, kind of reassure themselves of their identity. And it's probably quite negative. Anybody who is wanting to stay connected in any type of relationship that is not serving them, which is actually an unhealthy connection, which is an attachment that kind of drains energy from one another, it's ultimately because of their relationship with self. And it's exactly why I do the work that I do. And I have definitely been through my fair share of codependent attached relationships that have not been healthy at all. And sometimes I didn't really know what I was in until afterwards. But I've definitely I feel like, please universe, I feel like I've got this lesson. Like, don't do it to me anymore, because I feel like I'm a wake up, but who knows? There's always another level, isn't there? So my hope is that me sharing this with you guys today, and I can talk into a little bit of story, what's going on in my life as always, to kind of solidify this for you. But I'm really hoping that you see which side of the spectrum you might be on currently in your life, or you might even just reflect into your past and see and bring language to what that dynamic was, what was happening in that dynamic. And it might make you more aware in your future to kind of gauge, like, what is this connection? Like, where is this coming from? Is it enhancing my life? Or is it actually taking away something? And when I say, is it like enhancing or is it taking something away, I want you to think about your empowerment as an individual, because a lot of people can think that a relationship enhances their life and my life is so much better with this person in it. But what I want you to think about is not your escapism and not you handballing the responsibility of your happiness and fulfillment to another person outside of yourself, but to actually take a step back and go, if I didn't have this relationship and this connection, what would it open up for me? How would it challenge me? And these are the kind of questions that I recently had to ask myself. And just yesterday, I kind of like got a bit of a wake up call from the universe, I guess, kind of telling me, going, you didn't quite close that loop and you really left that door ajar. And what you thought was an empowered disconnection, you started off there, but then you let the door open up slowly, and now you're left with the challenge again to close the door for good, to lock the door and to throw away the key with love, gratitude for the past, but moving on with your future. And when I made this empowering decision based on the questions around, if I was to say goodbye to this relationship, How would my life be enhanced? How would their life be enhanced? What doors would it open up for each of us as individuals? How could we grow more, expand more, kind of create and step more fully into the visions that we each have for our own lives more? And I definitely decided that although it was going to be a super challenging decision for me to make, because I really connected with this person and I spent so much time with them that like my whole life was kind of like, oh, I can just jump on the phone with them and I can just connect with them and I can tell them about this and I can talk about this and I can do this and whatever. I was all so interconnected that it was really difficult, and I knew I was going to feel kind of alone when I cut that connection. And but because I'd done the work, because I'd answered those kind of questions, because I'd looked at, is this relationship actually enhancing my life, or is it actually keeping me in a safe zone, in a bit of a bubble and disconnected, and actually preventing me from moving in the direction of my most inspired dream? And is it also taking them away from what they really want? And am I able to actually offer them and enhance their life in the way that they want? And, I came to the conclusion that it was absolutely, no doubt about it, going to be better for myself and for them if I was to cut that connection. And so I did, with empowerment. But then I let the door open a little bit. And I paid for it a little bit. So I've paid for it probably 5 times. If I'm just going to go off the top of my head, I think it's happened about 5 times, all right? So last time, happened last night, and I have finally closed the door, and I'm sharing this with you guys because my hope is that everything that I go through and share with you guys allows you to grow your perspective without having to do the work and go through the painful experience. And when you're faced with the same human challenge, you can maybe be alerted to the fact, oh yeah, I remember Vanessa went through something like this, or whoever you listen to and whoever you get this kind of guidance from. But I'm hoping that it allows you to go, you know what, when I do this, when I close the door and I lock the door, I'm actually going to throw the key away because I know what I could be like, and I might let that door open again, and it's only going to drum up the past. It's only going to cycle it all through. It's only going to keep me stuck until I learn the lesson to lock the door and throw away the key and be loving and grateful for the past, but move on with my future. All right. So I want to check in with you guys, but I want to ask you, have you got any questions? Have you got any comments? Have you got any words of wisdom around this topic? And also, I just want to let you know, this coming Thursday is our 3rd masterclass, and it's all around the 8 different levels of self-love and how you can empower yourself in all 8 areas. I want to give you those steps. I want to give you that guidance. It is profound to look at our relationship with self in this way and have a pathway forward. And if you don't grow yourself, if you don't have that self-love within you, you're going to keep leaving all these open loops in unhealthy relationship dynamics open that are absolutely draining your energy and preventing you from attracting the kind of connections and depth that you really desire to have in your life if you keep going down that path. And the reason why we stay stuck in unhealthy dynamics is because of our relationship with self. So I couldn't be more grateful to be being able to give all of you superstars who are already in the masterclass all in the masterclasses, that gift on this coming Thursday. And it's not too late, so you guys can join at any time. Join now. The link is up above. You'll be all set to go into that amazing masterclass on Thursday, and you'll also get instant access to the previous 2 masterclasses, which are phenomenal and will really help you with the relationship with self and with others. It's a big piece. So definitely want to check in with you guys. Let me know if you got any questions, comments, want to share the love. Let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. Say hi. I love it. So I've got Sam in the house always, and Flynn and Rosina. Hello to you, and Gregory and Tanya. Awesome. And Judy and Kadri. Oops. And Shane's here. And Sam, looking so radiant and beautiful. Hairdo so cute. Thank you so much, Sam. I always appreciate you and your beautiful compliments. And Dean's in the house, and Jeedy, and Sammy, and Sam, I'm always fascinated by a relationship topic. Me too. You know, it's my favorite. I love it. So thank you, Sam. I love that it is resonating with you too. And Shane's in the house. Awesome to see you. And Edgar and Flynn doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Absolutely insanity. You are so, so right. And Greg's in the house. Good to see you, Greg. And Berry. And Radu's here. Awesome. And Melbourne, good topic. Great to see you back. And I'm loving that you're finding this a great topic. And Dario, good points and get closure. Absolutely. And actually, somebody close to me in my life, I was kind of talking to them about this last night. And I was like, oh my gosh, the door's open and I don't know, do I respond? Do I not respond? And they gave me some really great words of wisdom to talk that out. And and I decided that I was going to definitely respond, but give absolute closure with gratitude and make sure that they know that door is absolutely closed. The keys thrown away, but I'm forever grateful for our connection in the past and how it served us, and I have zero regrets and only great things, but I knew that was going to be most healthy for myself and them to just, that's it. Not every relationship needs to last a lifetime for it to be of value to you or to them, so don't get caught up on that. And I love that. Dario, thank you. And Carla's here. Awesome. And Sam, enhancing and someone taking away from you, can it be looked as receiving and giving? No, I don't. So I get what you mean, but the way that I'm trying to look at it, because I think you would definitely, I hope you would know this by now with me, Sam, but my definition of love is ultimately mastering the art of both giving and receiving simultaneously without condition. So I'm not talking about, because I think that relationship is all about that beautiful dance between giving and receiving. We can't all just give and block receiving, and we can't just receive and never want to give. We've got to have that balance and that yin and the yang and that beautiful energy and play that we can have in love. But what I'm talking really about is I'm talking about your personal development, and I'm talking about when you have a relationship with somebody, whatever the type of relationship that is, be it intimate, family, friendship, business relationship, whatever it is, right? Is that relationship moving you? Is it kind of fueling you towards the kind of vision and life and everything that is where you want to go? It's enhancing your life in some way, shape or form, or is it actually taking you away from that ideal vision? And this is why, when I work with people, one of the first things I get people to do is create the bigger picture, like have a compelling vision that you're looking to move toward. Why? Because if you don't have that bigger vision and that clarity over what you want, what you don't want, you're going to get pulled in so many different draining directions, and you're going to have no filter to know which one is right for you or wrong for you. So if you start with the bigger picture in mind and you get that clarity of vision and you really dream big and you look at all the different areas of your life, your health, your intimate relationships, your family relationships, your friendships, your finances, your career and mission, all different areas of life, however they're meaningful to you, and you really paint that picture, gosh, that gives you the best filter for all decisions in terms of your relationships and everything else in life that you're going to be making decisions around. So I'm really looking at, is this relationship on the way or in the way? That's pretty much, if I'm going to simplify it, that's what I want you guys to think about. And remembering, you need to know who you are and what you want. Ideally, the two things that I work with people in my 8-week empowerment program to begin with, you got to know what your values are, what most matters to you as an individual, and you absolutely have to get clarity of vision. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? What do you want to experience? All that great stuff, right? So those are the first things that we need for that filtering process. But then, is it on the way or in the way? That's it. Love it, Sam. And Con's here and Radu. We need to ask ourselves, do we need a relationship where we decrease or to increase life quality, personal development, and so on? Absolutely, Radu. Yes, absolutely. Is it increasing? Is it enhancing our personal development and our growth? Or is it actually putting us in a comfort zone, maybe keeping us kind of limited and stuck, or just draining all our energy so we don't have any fuel to move in an inspired direction? Absolutely. And Gary's here, and love it, Tanya. Not sure what you're asking, but love that you're here. So beautiful. And Tahir's here. And Sam, what do you mean ending relationship and leaving door open? How did you finally close it? Yeah, great question. So I closed it in the best way possible. Actually, yesterday's Facebook Live, it feels so weird because I just spoke to you guys about closing this door yesterday, and I mentioned the release letter. But then what happened, and I did it in this amazing way, right? Using the release letter that I shared with you guys yesterday. And then I felt really empowered, and I closed that door, and that person responded like a complete victim to that email. And I was just like, oh, like nail in the coffin. Like, this is good that they've responded that way, because it makes me super clear that I'm doing the right thing and I'm moving on. But then, not long, I don't know, however long it was afterwards, they wrote me in a message, and they'd gotten themselves to a place of gratitude and real understanding that the relationship disconnected, wrote me this whole email, and it was just it felt really centered, it felt really grateful and loving, and it felt like we were on the same page. And I opened the door by responding to that email, because I thought, oh, I'm so grateful that they're on the same page and we can move on, amicably and just be totally on the same page. And because I responded to it, I opened the door with that person, and they started trying to email me all sorts of things like from there. And I discontinued correspondence, but then again, after a couple weeks since I'd last heard from them, I guess, I don't know how long it was, they emailed me again, like just really kind of being like, please, like our connection was really good. Like, what, can't we go back to this? And I finally had to just like lovingly and, from a place of empowerment say, this is like, I'm grateful, and I'm so grateful for everything that we've shared, blah, 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 but the whole story that I could have just tied off because I've already done it in the first message without opening the door. So that's kind of what I mean. When you close the door, lock it, throw away the key, and don't go back. Because every time you go back against your truth, which you got into a place of empowerment, and it takes a lot of courage and effort and energy to get to that place, trust yourself enough, value yourself enough, back yourself enough to know that you made the right decision back then, and don't open the door again. Stay true to your word, to yourself and to them. It's going to be best for everybody if you stay true and stay in integrity. So, hope that answered your question there, Sam. And, or Kodik, I hope I said your name right. Love having you here. And Wendy, love your honesty with growth and tips on how you deal and be a happier person. Oh, so beautiful, Wendy. Thank you so much, beautiful. I always love having you here. And Vanessa's here. Awesome. And Kadri, can't wait for the masterclass. This topic is as great as previous ones. Thank you, Kadri. I'm so grateful that you love the masterclasses. I love having you in them, and our group coaching sessions. You're such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful superstar. And I cannot wait to share this month's masterclass with you guys on Thursday. Oh my gosh, super excited. And I know you're going to get so much from it. And Sam, can't wait for 8 levels of self-love. So excited. Boom. I love it. And Wendy, I watched the documentary on using the right side of your brain. Was amazing to watch. And wow. Boom. I love hearing that, Wendy. That's so, so cool. I think that you're talking about the Netflix Insight, I think it's called, from memory, something weird. But yes, I love that you got some value from that. That's so, so awesome. You're a beautiful action taker. And Charlie, life, it's constant evolution. I'm glad for you. Thank you so much, my friend. Grateful to have you here. And Shalendra is here, and much love to you, Vanessa, and Euless, and Britt, and Val. Hello to you. And Sam, what happens in case you meet them in public and they approach you for connection? Good question. It's never happened to me before, to be honest. Like, I've never I've never cut ties with anybody that I've actually stumbled across in the physical ever again. So what I would probably say is that I'd just be kind to them, but I wouldn't go on and engage in the conversation. And I would just reiterate, just stay true to my word. I'd want to acknowledge them, not just ignore them. Like it would be weird, right? But I just ask myself, what is the most self-loving thing that I could do in this moment, and what would love do, and how can I stay true to myself and still, treat this other person with love and respect because they're a human being, So, however that works for you, but yeah, it's never actually happened to me. Knock on wood, might happen to me soon, and I'll let you know in the moment. Wendy, so 100% right, Vanessa, and have recently just moved on after 30 plus years in friendship, as it was no longer working. Great times are now the past, and that's okay. Wendy, you're such a beautiful soul, and I love that you've had the courage to move on. Even though something beautiful was, it served you for 30 years, otherwise you wouldn't have been in it. Something was keeping you there, right? And now you've entered a stage of your life where that's no longer going to serve you. And well done to you. That is so beautiful to hear, that you're courageous enough to move on and be grateful for the past, but move on towards your future. You're a superstar. And Val, surround yourself with like-minded people. Absolutely beautiful. Love having you here. And Sean's here, and Jared, and Dwan. Never looked at myself as codependent, but sounds like that's what I've been doing. Thanks for all your amazing wisdom. So much love for you, Dwan, and I would definitely invite you to join the masterclasses, because the levels of self-love really help you to unlock and disattach from codependent connections. And also, I think it's going to be the following masterclass. I'm going to dive into the drama triangle that we get into in our relationships, which is all about codependence, and it is mind-blowing, and it's really it's one of the best tools I've actually come across when it comes into the dynamics, understanding the dynamics of relationships and the self, and having ways of exiting the drama and entering empowerment. So I love that, Dwan, and I love having you here. Always great to see you. And Shane, awesome, very helpful advice. Nice one, Ness, so cool, and totally agree with you. Love that this is resonating with you, Shane. Always great to see you. And Manoj, you told 100%, but if there is something you don't want to leave or loss, for what will we do or improve as it's like before at the start? Okay. So what I'm picking up from what you're putting down there, Manoj, is what if you don't want to move on from that relationship? You want to bring it back to how it was in the beginning. So if I'm correct in assuming exactly what you said then, what I would say to you is exactly what Tony Robbins would probably say, which is, I love his quote, which is, do what you did in the beginning and there won't be an end. So identify what's changed. What did you used to be like in the beginning of that relationship when you liked it and you want to bring it back to that? How were you, what kind of meanings were you creating? How were you treating one another? What were you doing and what were you experiencing? And what was the effort level that you were going to? What was the alignment that you had? And get clear on that and start seeing that if it's not how it was in the beginning, it's because things have shifted and changed, and you might just need to bring back some of that stuff. Or you might need to, if you and that person that you want to, reestablish a great connection with, you might be very different people where you're at right now, and you might need to re-identify what you actually want in terms of a relationship with that person. So I would suggest that you would get clear on what's your ideal vision for this relationship. If they're open to it, ideally that would be awesome, and get them to do the same and come together on that. When you can get intentional, you can find a way out of what you no longer like, and you can move towards something that you're actually inspired by. But alignment is everything, and you can't get aligned if you're not intentional and you come together and make it, put the effort in to actually get into that alignment. And particularly if you've kind of gone through some pain and suffering in that connection, it's going to take some work to get there, but I absolutely believe wholeheartedly that any relationship can get back and work and get to an extraordinary quality of level, so long as You are both willing to take 100% responsibility for where the relationship is at without blame of the self or the other. And you're also willing to let the past completely go and move toward a compelling vision and future that you're totally both inspired by. Okay? So, hope that helps you, Manoj. And Elgar, hello to Oleg. Hello to you. And Euless, great coaching. Thank you. You're so welcome, Euless. Love having you here. And Sam, when I sense and feel energy leakage and drain, I check deeply within and get empowered to disconnect and love them from a distance, celebrating the memories. Yes, I love that. That is so spot on, Sam, and incredibly self-loving. And also remember, I'm always saying, whatever is the most self-loving thing for you to do as an individual is absolutely the most loving thing that you could do for anybody else. So do not get caught up in feeling like you're going to hurt somebody. Just remind yourself to do whatever is most self-loving and courageous, and roll with that. It's going to be best for everybody involved. So absolutely, I love that, Sam. And Anna's here, and Andre, and Yabays, and Ray, and Ramit. Awesome to see you guys. And Sam, yeah, it has happened to me. Yeah, people wanting to reconnection in public, and it's quite awkward. I can imagine it would be. Yeah, definitely. But you know what? I really do believe that we're always presented, the kind of opportunities that are there in order for us to kind of solidify to ourselves our growth. And, so if we're being presented with an opportunity, like an old connection coming in, that we want to disconnect from, that we've already gone through that path and that we're being challenged by that awkwardness, it's there for a reason. So challenge yourself, grow, and you'll strengthen that that ability to tap in and fully stay true and with integrity with yourself and your truth as well. Love that, Sam. And Dwan, you're so welcome. And Chris is here, and Laval, and Vanessa. Yes, I recognize I've been in codependent relationships in the past. I lost myself. Things are going really well now, though. Oh, I love that. Tony Robbins' relationship advice helps significantly. Absolutely. I love that, Vanessa. And yes, I completely resonate with your journey and your path, like always. I love that. And thank you so much for sharing. And Nick's here. Awesome to see you. And Lucy and Andy. It's complex. Absolutely. And love having you here. And Nick, lots of growth over here every day doing the work. Boom, you action taker. I love hearing that, Nick. That's so cool. And Manoj, you're so welcome. And Vanessa, great Facebook Live today. Thank you. You're so welcome. I'm so grateful that it is of value to you. And Sam, great feedback. Thank you, babe. You're so welcome. Oh, love you guys. Awesome. So I'm so grateful that for all of you guys who got to join me live, and you guys rock. I always get so much energy, as I say, every single day from your connection and from you guys, co-creating this awesome conversation. So much love to all of you. I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that you're having a beautiful, amazing, empowered day. And today's message has served you, got you thinking about your relationship dynamics. If it's not enhancing your life, what are you doing there? And if you want to up-level your relationship with yourself so that you can enhance all other relationships because you're the common denominator of all of them, then I really do invite you to join the monthly masterclasses. This coming Thursday, I'm going to be going through the 8 levels of self-love and how you can empower yourself in every single one of them. It is going to be super powerful. And like I said, you get access to all the previous monthly masterclasses, and you keep access to them as long as you're in the masterclasses. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, that library. So you're going to have such a wealth of huge library of self-development, and I can't wait to stack it up for you. So link is up above to make sure that you're in that team, and all of you beautiful superstars are already there. I can't wait to see you guys Thursday for that deep dive. And last little comments here. Wendy, I'm loving that this was great for you. And Zare, I love it. Thank you. And Gamal, good morning from Egypt. Awesome. Nice presentation, and it helps me understand many challenging relationships. I'm so grateful to hear that, Gamal. Thank you so much for letting me know. Love having you here. And Caesar's here. And Edith. Love having you here. And Nick, can't wait for the next masterclass. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see you there, Nick. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys, I'm signing off. I'm sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.